Welcome to another great free clinic on Virtual Football Clinic. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it.
So the first one is Guillaume Boucher. Guillaume Boucher is the DC at the University of Sherbrooke since 2010. He's in the Sherbrooke staff. So Guillaume, let's do this.
Thanks a lot, guys. So hello, everybody. I am very, very happy to be here today talking about football with you guys. So my name is Coach Guillaume Boucher, defensive coordinator since 2014. There's my email address. There's my phone numbers. Feel free to communicate with me anytime you want, talking about any subject. It will be a pleasure to me talking about football with you guys. First of all, I haven't been speaking English for a while. I'm speaking in the French university, so I already apologize to you. I will probably make one or two mistakes here and there, but hey, that's life. I'll try to make myself clear. Please feel free to ask questions while the presentation. I want it to be interactive. Might not take the whole 60 minutes, so feel free to ask questions. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to have special thanks to a few coaches that helped me a lot through my football coaching career. I'll start with Jean-François Jonca, head football coach at Champlain's Cougars, gave me my first opportunity to coach back in 2007. Thanks a lot, Coach Jonca. Still have a good relationship with this coach. A special thanks to André Bolduc. Running back coach Montreal Alouettes gave me my first opportunity to coach at the U Sports level back in 2010. Hired me as a tight end coach and just on the physical preparation for the team. Thanks a lot, André. Was head football coach at Sherbrooke U back then. Marc Loranger, Jean-Vincent Posé-Odette gave me a lot of knowledge about football. Been coached by Marc here in Sherbrooke. Been coached by Jean-Vincent. I've been coaching with JV. So thanks a lot, guys, with all the knowledge you guys gave me. And special thanks to Dave Lessard. Coach Lessard gave me my first opportunity to coach as a defensive coordinator in the U Sports level. So thanks a lot, Coach. Kevin Coyle, defensive back coach at Cincinnati Bengals for about 13 years. I got fortunate to went to the Cincinnati Bengals OTAs a few times, talking about all that stuff, about football, about life, about technical, tactical, everything. Thanks a lot, Coach Coy, Coach Munson. I know that you're watching today, so hope you're doing well, brother. So Coach Munson, defensive coordinator, Calgary Stampeders, gave me a lot of knowledge too the past few years. And obviously, my boss, Coach Mathieu Lecomte, head football coach, Sherbrooke University. Thanks a lot, Matt, for giving me the opportunity to still be a coach in this league. So I've been fortunate. I've been lucky to know good people, and I work extremely hard. So I think that gives me the chance and the opportunity to keep coaching in this league. So what I will be talking today, it's fundamental stuff, pursue, effort, a little bit of tackling, not this much. We won't have time to go through the details about tackling technique and all the drills. Obviously, I like to give clinics about strictly tackling. We're a heads-out football tackling team. We went to Dartmouth a few years back, and we really, really love the way they do with the heads-out tackling. Top of the shoulder with the strike zone. So I will be talking about tackling a little bit today. If you have more questions about tackling, it might not be the best moment, but I think we're gonna have time. If you have questions about tackling, to go ahead, and it will be a pleasure to answer these questions. So let's talk about recruiting. these fundamentals, we believe that we have to recruit kids that has a extremely high desire to get to the football. It is a mentality. It is something that we recruit these kids that have that mindset already. So for us, 4 words when we're talking about pursuit, when we're talking about effort, is relentless, effort, and proper angles. Players do not need exceptional physical ability. This is this is a very important point. The way we teach our kids, we're talking about 4 aspects to be a complete athlete: psychological, physical, technical, and tactical. We believe that if the kid is as good as anybody in all those 4 categories, will be an amazing athlete. But if we're talking strictly about pursuit, we do not care about physical. We do not care about technical. The only thing we care about is your mindset. Do you have it between your ears? Do you run to the football? It is 90% mindset. And obviously, because we're going to be teaching proper angles, very specific angle, we're talking about a little bit of tactical, obviously. So we are calling ourselves a no breakdown defense. We do not scallop. We do not shimmy. We do not gather. Call it like you can, like you want. We do not break down. We run as fast as we can every single snap. Okay, so some people, some listener right now might be coming from the States, coaching in smaller football field. It would be different. Here in Canada, our football field is 65 yards wide, so that's why we are an outside-in defense in the open field, obviously. So in the open field, we race, we run, no breakdown, outside hit. So we ask our players to always have a 5 yards burst. We ask our players to go touch the football on every single snap, and we're always talking about racing. That's a race. Who's the first guy that's going to come to the outside hip of the ball carrier? So we do that with no breakdown. The term loaf just means you didn't do the 3 previous things. So the loaf, it's very not good for us. We rate the effort. So the pursuit, the effort evaluation on every single practice, on every single game. Last year, obviously, like everybody, guys, we didn't have a single season, but we did play best on best, so 12-12, VNO. Let's take the number 29 by example. Nicolas Malenfant is our Sam linebacker. First group played about 61 snaps. He went to touch the football 61 times. So that's what I mean by this is a mentality. This is what we want. Right there, we're going to focus on our will, our rush. They're going to go, they're going to be the first guy in the box, so they're going to be inside out in the box. Everybody else will be outside in. Everybody touching the ball. So they're touching the ball, touch the ball, and everybody else got to go. And they got to go touch the football. Ball carriers, they hate that. But hey, that's life. It's an habit. The biggest fight you're going to have, defensive coordinator coaches, is teaching the 350 pounds nose tackle to get to the football faster than that. But other than that, it was very good rep. Another clip right here. It will be the zone play with a cutback. The effort the defense gave is amazing again. And I'm telling you guys, out of 300 snaps the last season, we had maybe 5 or 6 loaf maximum. So look at these kids running to the ball. It's a mentality. We are doing this every single day. A lot of drills. We're talking about it every single meetings. It's a brain wash. I mean, they have to hear it from you. It's so important that the mental look at that. Look at the boundary corner. He's chasing the ball here. Where is it? Where is it? He wants to go. He wants to touch the football. So these 3 plays was amazing to me. Some exception now. So in the box. So LBs inside, they're inside out. So we're calling it near hip inside the box. So it will be about our high tackle when we hit to the high strike zone. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. So versus bubbles, versus jet sweep, versus jailbreak. Linebacker, play side linebacker maintains inside out relationship with the receiver. So if you're Mike and you start from the box, whatever the ball's going outside of the box, then we are going to go, at near hip. The last exception would be, obviously, we got to push the offensive players who's close to the sideline of the field. I mean, we say within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, within 3 yards of sideline, obviously, we're not going to be outside in. We're going to push him out inside out. Okay, so let's look people in the box for display who's going to be inside out for us. So it can be the Sam, it can be the Mike, it can be the Will, it can be the box safety, whatever the case may be. The thing is, if you're responsible for fit, an inside fit, when you're going to come to the ball here, you're going to be inside out. So this is our eye tackle. Obviously, we're not going to tackle ourselves versus best on best, but right here you see the box safety. It's going to get down in the box, and he's coming inside out, eyes on the near hip. He's going to come peck on peck. It's a great example to be inside out. Instead of that, we are going to run an outside in defense. So tackling, again, 4 words for us when we're talking about tackling. We're talking about relentless effort and proper angle. Tackling in strike zone, we have 3 strike zone. We're going to talk about 2 today. We have low, mid, and high. Today we're going to talk about the low strike zone and the high strike zone. Low means that we're going to aim for the knees, and high strike zone we're going to aim for the pec of the ball carrier. Low strike zone, the defender will hit with the top of his shoulder, heads out, eyes up. If we're in a situation to hit high, we're going to hit the ball carrier's pec, heads out, eyes up. And we're going to hit with our own pec. The possible point of contact will be the front, the side, and the back. This is the main idea. This is the 3 fundamentals that we are doing on every single day, every single practice, every single meetings. This is the 3 terminologies that our players knows it. They know what we're talking about when I say race to set the edge, race to set the new boundary, and race in parallel to clean the void. This means for us having good angle. This is what I meant when I was talking about the 10% of tactical, 90% of mindset, 10% of tactical. This is the angles that we want our kid to take. First of all, race to set the edge means power rip or shot technique on the outside shoulder of any blocker coming right at us. D-line, they're going to shock technique to set the edge. So triple S, we call step, shock, shed. Obviously, guys, sometimes we're going to spill, obviously, but if we're spilling, this is not the D-line that has this responsibility. It will be a linebacker that will have the responsibility to set the edge. If we are squeezing, now that D-line's got the responsibility of setting the edge. In space now, DBs must shock in space versus receiver who is stock blocking, and LBs and DBs, if they're having the C gap, the D gap, we're using the power rip to set the edge, so the speed square sink spin technique. Right there, we're having a very good clip showing players that giving us a lot of bonus. So the field half does set the edge, does set the new boundary, and does make the tackle. So gives a lot of bonus. So let's talk about the old defense right here. We're gonna have the backside defender that will be using the technique that we call raise parallel to clean the void. The backside corner will use a touchdown angle. The rest of the crew will be racing parallel to clean the void, and the play side safety will be race to set the new boundary, and the field side corner will race to set the edge. So everybody's got a job really, really precise to do, and nobody had to do nothing because the halfback did pretty much everything. This is the main fundamentals that take a lot of place in our insertion and the time that we practice. So race to set the new boundary. You got to be play side. So it means play side alignment of the ball carrier. You're the first defensive players to get to the ball. So you race, you sprint with the eyes on the ball carrier's outside hip. We go low strike zone. We grab a piece. And if you make a tackle, it's a bonus for the defense. Right there, we're going to be looking at the field corner. So he races with no breakdown, eyes up, low strike zone, no breakdown, and he gives us a bonus. If he doesn't make a tackle, that's good. We're going to have right here the safety is coming with the same angle of the field corner. So he's going to be racing to set the new boundary. Everybody else, they are racing parallel to clean the void until the ball carrier gets his hips square to the line of scrimmage. When the ball carrier is going to have his hips square, they're going to be allowed to gain ground. Right now, there's a mistake of the boundary corner. No, it's okay. Right there, the corner should be taking a touchdown angle. Again, field corner. We're going to go low strike zone, no breakdown, eyes on the outside hip, outside in, real fast and furious, eyes up, heads out, boom, good stuff. Right there, everybody else in the defense is going to be racing parallel, clean the void. Right there, we race parallel to clean the void. Another good clip. By the way, on the last clip, there was an injury, so we do not like it. We don't want to injure people. It doesn't mean because we're going low strike zone in the knee that we want to injure people. Not at all. And kids, if they see someone's going down, so nobody is yelling, nobody is happy. We're going back in the huddle and we wish the best for the offensive guy that got injured. Right there, another bonus. So in the open field again, outside in, no breakdown. We got to race. So everybody backside. Everybody races parallel until the hip getting back square to the line of scrimmage, so the backside defender will be allowed to gain in ground. Here's what we do not want now. The free safety in our system, we teach the kid to be a race to set the new boundary defender. So he is outside in. We don't teach the safety to go inside out. Not in Canada. We do not want to use the sideline as a help. We want to be the new sideline. So right there, you're gonna see our free safety to take an angle inside out, and this is not what we teach. So it gives an explosive TD right there. Bad angle by the free safety cost us 6 points. Backside, we're supposed to have a corner that takes a touchdown angle, and it just takes too long. At starts, the backside corner took a raise parallel to clean the void angle. This is not what we teach. Right away, as soon as the corner realizes that he plays backside, we want him to have an angle to the flag right there. Could have saved a touchdown right there. He's going to be taking the angle of racing parallel to clean the void, and the linebackers too. So look at the angle of the free right there. He attacked the inside pec. Wrong. So wrong angle means 6 points for the offense. Right there, we are a no breakdown defense. So there's a breakdown right there. So we should go no breakdown, outside in, low strike zone, heads up, eyes out. And I don't see that on film right now. So this is not the kid's fault. This is the defensive coordinator's fault. The film I'm showing you right now, I'm showing you my coaching. So it means that he did not understand what we wanted from him. So this is not the kid's fault. I take it on me, and we're gonna make sure that it's not gonna happen no more. It has to be no breakdown, low strike zone, grab a piece, and allow all your fellas, all your brothers to race parallel to clean the void. And if the ball carrier passes you, then you're becoming in trail, so you aim for the near hip. Race parallel the line of scrimmage to clean the void. This is a concept that it's hard to do for the kids. They've been teach all their career to, hey, your backside, take an angle. No, your backside, race parallel to the line of scrimmage. So for us, this is the third fundamental that we teach to the kids. Backside alignment of the ball carrier, pursuing parallel the line of scrimmage with eyes on the ball carrier's near hip. Now, when a teammate sets the new boundary, clean the void. Just mean get violent. Just be physical. You're free. You can go low strike zone, mid strike zone, high strike zone. We don't give a damn as long as you're physical. And if you're the second guy, you go for the football. And the backside corner uses a touchdown angle technique. I already talked about it a little bit. Now we're going to be watching it on film. So let's say that number 3 is get the ball on the quick screen, whatever the case may be. So the boundary corner is going to take an angle to the flag. The boundary half will race parallel. So until the ball crosses his alignment, then he will be chasing from behind. So he will be trailing at near hip. So we do not want to take that angle because we feel that we leave yards on the football field. So the free safety will be a race to set the new boundary defender. The SAM will be a race to set the new boundary defender, race to set the edge, whatever the case may be. The reality is the first guy that comes to the ball carrier go low strike zone, no breakdown, and everybody else chasing inside out. So in this play, we have a mistake from our boundary corner. He is backside, and he uses a technique that we call raise parallel to clean the void, so which is wrong. He doesn't have to run parallel. He's got to take a touchdown angle. Boundary half is damn right. Boundary half is racing parallel to clean the void. He is looking at the inside hip of the ball carrier. And when the ball carrier will have his hip square to the line of scrimmage, then he will be gaining ground. Right there, the wheel just being a tackling machine in the box, going inside out, gaining ground. That's an excellent angle right there, right here. This is a player that would be in a technique that race to set the fucking, oh, sorry about the F-bomb word, race to set the edge right there. And now it becomes a race to set the new boundary defense. This is a race. Everybody's got to win that race. Everybody's got to run to the football. So that's pretty good clip for the boundary half racing parallel to clean the void. Again, right here, we will be watching the backside corner taking a touchdown angle. This is a good example right here. So he realizes that he is backside, so he takes an angle to the flag. Free safety. He's a high guy right here, so he should be racing to set the new boundary. Outside in. Bob's defender right here is going inside out, gaining ground. Boom. And the field half right here is using our technique that we call race parallel to clean the void. So he's racing parallel right now. He's got his eyes inside hip of the ball carrier. The ball carrier right here is getting his back, his hip square to the line of scrimmage. So now he's going to be allowed to gain ground. Another good example, kids running to the football, guys, on every single snap. Right here, we're having a mistake from the field corner. We're playing VNO. So obviously we're not gonna go low strike zone. Obviously we're not gonna go top of the shoulder, heads out, but we wanna make it real. So we still wanna go no breakdown. And look at the feet right now of the field corner. He did gather, he did shimmy, he did break down. We do not want to see this. We want to see this kid going fast and furious. He's got to race. He's got to win that race. He's racing against his teammate right there. He's racing against his teammate right there. He's racing against his teammate right there. It's got to be the first one. So we want to go with a low pad level right here. No breakdown. We want to tag the tight of the ball carrier. We want to go palms up, and just go no breakdown. Free safety has got to run to set the new boundary as fast as he can. That's good stuff. Well, right there, within 3 yards of the line of the sideline. So he's going to push him out inside out. And the other players, they're going to be racing parallel to clean the void right there. So we don't allow our players to run behind the same color than us. So he's going to go 5 yards up to make sure that we're not racing behind our teammate. Right here, the boundary half. Excellent rep. He's racing parallel to clean the void. He wants to go there and touch the football. Great rep. This is it for the first part of the presentation. Do anybody's got question about the angles, about anything you need to know? If not, I'm gonna go ahead right away and talk a little bit more about X's and O's and scheme.
You do have a question, Coach. Coach Malishik asked if field position affects the point for the backside corner.
Yes, of course, absolutely. So if we are in our terminology, we're talking about the score zone, the red zone, and the green zone. So the green zone, it is between the 3 and the 10. The backside corner is going to be a race parallel to clean the void defender, and is going to do so too in the red zone, which means between the 20 and the 10. Is not going to take a backside, a touchdown angle. Is going to race parallel to clean the void. This is an excellent question. I didn't have time to go specific in this. This is something that we rep every single day. So there's a lot of details. We talk about 30 minutes about it. I should be talking about 10 hours about that subject. So there's a lot of little details that I didn't have time to go through. Excellent question.
Perfect.
So we're good, Coach?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thanks a lot. So now we're going to be talking about a concept that we call flow. When do we use the flow concept? This is in the first and 10 situation. Why do we use the flow concept? This is for the offense that likes to late motion or sub motion. Some coaches call what I call late motion. Some coaches call it sub motion. Whatever. Everybody's got their own terminology. So for us, a late motion is a slam or a shark. So number 3 that would be trapping, the 5 technique, or the number 3 would be just a play action to the field right now, a little boot to the quarterback, and just getting a little flat route right here. So why would we using the flow concept? It would be versus teams that's like to sub motion a lot, the MRI, the most inside receiver, and versus teams that like to sub motion the joker. What is a joker for us is it can be the second tailback in a deuce personal. It can be a fullback in a reg personal. It can be a tight end in a band personal, and it can be an H-back versus a regular personal too. This is a personal that we're going to face strictly 4 receivers. Could be 3 to the field, could be trips. Anyway, so it's a 4 receivers set, and we really like to spin the coverage at the joker in our concept that we call flow. Exactly the same versus 5R. We would spin the coverage to the MRI in that concept. But before talking about this concept, I will be talking about a little bit about the pre-snap looks we use. Like everybody in North America, we like to show some stuff pre-snap and bail off in zone and rotate and whatever the case may be. The important thing is that we do like to show one eye press pre-snap and play it, or just bail off from there. Like to show some flat top looks with some plus one box. We like to use the regular pre-snap look that everybody in the league using right now, just showing one eye look off technique and play all our cover 4 from there. All the playbook is open with this pre-snap look. 2 like to show 2 men under pre-snap. And for the presentation we have today, we are going to talk about this pre-snap look when we show cover 4 pre-snap. Even though in Canada, I know it's a look that we see way more often in the States, giving some five-man box, some even box. We like to do that. We play a lot of cover 4, even though in 1st and 10, we like to run those match concept, those match principle a lot in our defense. So we need to have concept, some one-eye concept that we show this look, and we play some one-eye man and one-eye zone coverage within this look. So what we like to do is attach people in the box, and we like to spin the coverage to the number 5. So boundary half could be an edge blitzer, boundary half could be a B-gap blitzer, boundary half could shuffle in the box, and whatever the case may be, the important thing to understand is we like to bring the boundary half in the box and spin the coverage at number 5, or we can do the opposite, just blitz the Sam to the A, blitz whatever the front you can have, blitz the Sam to the edge, or shuffle him in the box, and just go with some rock and roll with on number 3. We can do that, attach the free safety to the box too, attach the box safety to the box too. But today, the presentation will be send the mic and bring the Sam in the box, late in the box. Obviously, we want to hide the coverage as long as we can and just give the tail to the Sam. This is when we tag flow, so we can flow the Sam, we can flow the boundary half, we can flow everybody in the defense, which means that you are going to play the back as late as you can to hide the coverage, and the open receiver will, the safeties will take care of the next guy. So the flow concept we use, we're blitzing the mic. So we're blitzing him, whenever you want to bring him in pressure, do what you want to do as a DC to bring that mic, to bring that inside box, fill the inside gaps, and late you're going to bring the Sam in the box really late on the back. And the free safety or box safety, 1 out of 2 will be a middle of the field defender, and the other guy will be on number 3. Same thing versus 2x3. Same thing versus 4x1. We are going to spin the coverage right there at number 4. And this is why we're doing this the most. 2 tells. Right there, this is a joker. It can be a reg personal too. If we call him the joker, if he is moving a lot, we never know where he's going to be. I think it's a good concept to use to make sure we're good. We're good in the fit. This is a one-eye concept, so it's very good to stop the run. It gives a hard look to for the quarterback. So right there, this is a 2 tells offensive personal. We did tag the boundary tell as a joker, the field tell to the tell. So the Sam will be moving on the tail, and the 2 safeties will spin at the joker right there. So the safety is looking strictly at the boundary joker right there. The free releases the joker. So I think that the angle the box safety's got right now to have is pretty good. So let's watch the tight right here. So communication is the key. The middle linebacker is gonna run all our communication in the box. So the mic's gonna yell very loud. 23 is a tail. 23 is a tail. 21's a joker. 21's a joker. So the safety is now there's listening at the mic. 21 is the joker. So number 5 and number 2 will be having their eyes on 21. The Sam is making believe to the offense that he's got the joker, but he doesn't. He's gonna shuffle. He's gonna play right head up to the number 23. The mic's blitzing. And we have the Rick call. So very, very fast. They're the safeties, they will communicate Rick, Liz. So Rick will mean that they're gonna spin to the right, and Liz will mean that they're gonna spin to the left. So if number 21 would be whamming or 5 technique right there, we would be squeezing that guy, and the new fit will be given to the free right there, and the box safety will be the MOF defender. If number 21 would be whacking, so the wham, he would be a blocker, and the whack, he would be running a route to the flat or a wheel route, whatever. The free safety will take care of him. Right now, we're do this shit. Oops, sorry about my language. We do this scheme in the one-eye man, but we can do that in one-eye zone, whatever the case may be. So if he would be blocking to the boundary, so the new fit that the second tail would be adding will be taken by number 5 right here, and the free safety would be playing MOF technique. So right there, we're having a free release. So clearly that the number 5 had his eyes at the good place. So it was a good play. Right there, it is. This is not what we want, but hey, life is life. We're not gonna have a joker in space. We call that 1x3. A lot of coaches call it 2x3. It's all good to me. It's still that guy is the number 1, is the number 2, is the number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. We used to call it 23 a few years ago. Now I changed a little bit the communication we have. It does not matter. The important is we know that this guy is a receiver. Obviously, he's a tight end. He's closing the line. It's easier for the safeties right now because the probability that tight end is going to be whamming or whacking are pretty none. He's closing the line. So we're pretty much know that we're having a Rick call. So we're going to spin to the right. So he's going to be the MOF defender. Is going to be man-to-man. If I have time, I will be talking about some progression of display. We can cancel the flow to the Sam and give the flow to the field half in that case, and we're gonna lock the Sam with the joker. We are to give at the back to the safe. We are going. Sorry, if we want to flow this guy, we are going to spin the coverage at this guy, and we're going to give the back to the halfback. So this is part 2. I don't know if we're gonna have time. If we have scout the offense and they had the joker always in space, and out of the blue they gave us a lot of tight end who's closing the line. Now we can change, we can tag back the flow concept to the MRI receiver. Right there, we're not there. We were in camp, so we still keep that flow to the SAM, which means that the SAM will take care of the back right there. You see the back pre-releases right there to the field. So SAM takes him. We're gonna recall to the tight end, and we're gonna shoot and hook right here with the left hand to the hip of the tight end, and the right hand's gonna shoot the ball. Like I said, let's say that the tight end is seeing off the line, he's playing fullback spot. If he's going with a wham or 5 technique, we're gonna go Liz. So the box safety will go playing the fit right there, and the free would be the MOF defender. If the tight end would go on a whack and running a route, it's exactly the same. So the box safety will be just going right after him. If he's still blocked, let's say that we have zone play to the field. So the free safety will be the set D edge defender. It will be on the D gap. So it will race to set the edge real fast, no breakdown, go with a power rip, and we would give the MOF to the box safety. So there's the shoot and hook that I was talking about. Right here, this is back in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. We had a plan to see a lot of joker off the line, and they came out with a plan with a tight end that was closing the line a lot. This game, we did not tag back the flow concept. We kept the SAM, because right here, our SAM for us always matches the joker, and the halfback will be tracking over. We want to have the skills versus the skills, the middle versus the middle, and the big versus the big in our cover type of coverage. We have a few kinds. We can bump the movement, we can track, and we can rock and roll. So we do different stuff, but right now we're talking about our cover stuff, so which means that the SAM will always be matching with the joker. So right now the flow concept gives him now the tail, and we are going to spin the box safety in the D gap right there. So the box safety is playing backside. He will just shuffle. Pretty simple concept. Okay, I will be talking about the second part of that concept. If anybody has got question, it would be a good time asking question before I'm getting in the second part of it.
All right, Coach, we do have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
First question from Coach Ron. Do you find the TD angle from a backside corner opens you up to reverse type plays after the ball has been declared?
Say that again.
So with the corner taking the touchdown saving tackle, with him taking that angle, does it open you up to reverse type plays?
Oh, okay. Excellent question. Before taking the touchdown angle, we are clearing all the every misdirection plays. You have to clear it first. So that's why he can be patient. So he clears all the reverse. He's gonna clear all the jet sweep, but the jet sweep that the line's coming to the field, let's say, and the reverse will go to the boundary. Every misdirection action, the touchdown angle's got to clear it before, even though if the backside DN got this job. I don't know if I did answer correctly the question, but I think this is what I understood. Sorry if I didn't understand, if I didn't answer it properly. If I did not, just call me on my cell at the end of the clinics, and it will be a pleasure talking about football with you.
And another question was the mic on blitz peel that about a few minutes ago when you were talking, had the mic blitzing? Was he on
Not in the flow concept, because in the flow concept, the SAM has got the tail, so we don't need to peel with the back.
okay.
The mic just this is going to be a little bit deeper, but our mic's taking two gaps the way it blitzes. So this is a lot of details, but I can talk to you about this kind of dogs that we have with our mic. This is a two gaps technique blitzing that we have, but we're not going to have time to cover it today.
Awesome. And then the one last quick question, is the base front to flow a wide front? So 2-3 techniques.
Yes and no. We will never bring this concept with the same look twice. So
Perfect.
we're gonna always change the look. We will dress it in the other way. We did it in the camp with a wide front, yeah, with 2-3 techniques. But we did it like since 10 years we do that, and I don't believe that we use the same look once. We don't bring that concept really often. This is a concept very specific. It depends on what offense we would face, but still no. Yes and no. The answer is sorry about that.
Excellent. You're good to go.
Good. So the progression would be offenses brings us what we did not expect. So, like I said, we want to rock and roll a joker, but if the offense comes with a plan that they do not gives us that tendency they showed us the game before, so we will change it on the fly, and we will give right here. This is not the play that I'm talking about. I just want to show you offense right there. This is not the concept flow right here, but just try to imagine it is right there. It's a 2x2. Some coaches will say 2x3. It's okay. We call it 2x2 wax right now. Means that the tight end is not going to move. So what we can do, we're going to tag this guy or this guy. So if we feel that he's going to run the late motion and we don't want to pure track him, we want to rock and roll this guy, we want to rotate at him, we want to spin at him, call it whatever you want, we want to rotate to this guy, we're going to tag the position of this guy. So the field ass, if we go Philly, it will mean that we are going to flow this guy. So what does it mean? It means that we're going to rock and roll this player, and the half will take the back. So that's why we don't need to peel with the back. In this concept, we're going to have a linebacker, a Sam, or a halfback with the tail. So right there, we would have been a Liz. And if he would have been blocking, we would have been calling it a slam, but he does a shark for us in our terminology. So the shark will be taken by the box safety right now, coming down in the flat. Another look right here, 6 O-line. So obviously we want to give flexibility to the safety that we don't want to spin at a sixth O-line, obviously. So right there, we would have tagged this one or this one to rock and roll it. If we're wrong, let's say that the safety says that we flow the number 3, and this is not the guy that does the sub motion. It doesn't matter. We're going to track that guy. And if we got lucky with the call of the free, and the free flow the number 6 right there, so we would be rock and rolling this concept. This is why it would be it's easier when offenses they're in isolation mode. So right there, there's only one guy that we can switch the coverage. It will be the most inside receiver right here. So we're going to cancel the flow because the joker is closing the line, so he's not going to move. So let's keep the Sam on this guy. Let's give the field half, the tail, and we are going to spin the coverage at the most inside guy. The receiver that's got the most chances to go slam, wham, or 5 technique, or just go running a wheel routes or just a flat route. So right there, the receiver, the MRI receivers, the most inside receiver is whamming, is slamming, is blocking, is doing a trap. So with 2 safeties, the backside safety that comes down real fast, setting the edge or setting the new boundary in the box, we think that the angle of that safety is very good. That's why we like to spin coverages to the MRI receiver, most inside receiver. Last clip, sorry about the film right there. It wasn't playoff, I think back in 2007 or 2016, I don't remember it. This year with Eau Claire, Eau Claire did not do a lot of stuff back at the Joker. It did not play the H-back. It did not play the fullback spot. It was really a pure tight end. So we called it band personal for us. So we knew that he was closing the line. So this game, we gave permission to the free safety to tag the flow to the MRI. So in this case, we would have our Sam matching with Alex Chevrier back there. I think very fast kid, 6'2", 6'3", 225 was a good matchup playing versus Eau Claire this year. So we liked the matchup. I mean, they liked the matchup too because Eau Claire was pretty goddamn good versus any linebacker, but Chevy still played in the league in the CFL right now, past 6 years in the league. So we did like the matchup too. So we kept him one-on-one, and we decided to go rock and roll the MRI, the number 3 in this case, which Laval likes to bring this kid in the box a lot. So we needed to have a safety come down in the box. I think it's pretty much it. I got a few more clips. Right there, the Joker is there, closing the line. So it's basically a receiver for us, is the number 5. So keep the Sam on him and spin the coverage at this kid. Coming down in the box again. Last clip I got. I think that this kid will run a shark. So right there, we are not in a flow concept. So we need to track this guy. So I don't think we're as good as the 2 safety sets with some spin right at it. So this is all I got, fellas. Thanks a lot. This is still weird to do some clinics by not seeing anybody. I hope that my speaking wasn't that bad. Thanks a lot being there. I will be watching all clinics all day long. This is like Christmas for me today. Thanks a lot again. And if anybody's got question, I think we have 2 or 3 more minutes.
Awesome job, Coach. There's no questions right now from YouTube Live. So Matt, it's all yours.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Guillaume. That was great stuff. Great stuff. Okay.